What's going on, guys? It's the Bigs Podcast, episode number 131. And today we're going to finish up week 7. And I've got a special guest for you. If you're already watching on YouTube, you know who it is. If you're not, it's Mike Haber returning to the show. Mike Haber, welcome to the show, man. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me, Joe. It's so good to be back talking to you guys, even if it's for one matchup tonight. I can smell the days that, until my master's program is over and I can start joining up with you guys again on a more regular basis.
He is almost a master.
Just an apprentice for now.
Just a student and apprentice for now, but he will be a master soon, and then we'll get him back. Jason, I know you want to get him back after this week you just had against him. So how are you doing this evening, Jason Ashby?
Yeah. You say you're not a master. Look at the score, buddy. I think you're a master. Yeah, and it was a rough week. Like it was bad enough to get my ass kicked, but then also to watch the Mets get their asses kicked by the Marlins, and the Phillies, that. It was just a bad week for baseball for me all around. So I'm ready to move on and flip the calendar.
All right. Well, let's get this thing over with and get this party started here. Let's talk about the matchup that was between you guys. It finishes 18-2 in favor of Mike Haber. And it was 16-2 going in, I believe. 16-3 going in. Yeah. Mike, you untied stolen bases and you flipped RBIs on its head as Jason had a 1 RBI advantage and you crushed him on Sunday. So it ends up 18-2. Jason, you won nothing close. Mike, you win by the steal, the win, 3 homers by a batter and 3 relief appearances. And you guys tied in triples with 0.
Yeah, I'm sitting there on Sunday going, can somebody just get me a triple? That'd be just great. Get me a triple. No one wanted to get me a triple. So
Nope. Nobody wanted to get a hit on Mike's bench either. Mike, you went 0 for 13 on your bench. So I guess that's pretty good.
I'll take that.
I guess that's pretty good.
Yeah.
5 strikeouts and an error are the only things on your bench. So I think that's pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
For your moves this week, you added Edmundo Sosa 2 for 3 with a double and a run and a strikeout for Jose Miranda. Added Eric Fetty, who gave you 7 shutout innings against Washington, dropping Sherman Armstrong. You added Matt Chapman 1 for 4 with a double for Edmundo Sosa. You added Michael Grove for a clean relief appearance and a win, dropping Trevor Williams. You added Oswaldo Cabrera 1 for 4 for JJ Bleday. Burned a waiver claim on Zach Littell, 5 innings, a win. 5 innings, a homer, a walk, 3 strikeouts, a 720 and a 160 in Boston. But I think he pitched well tonight, and it was against Boston at home. You did drop Matt Chapman. You added Jeffrey Springs for Max Scherzer, and you added Matt Chapman back again, 4 for 4 for 4 runs, 2 doubles, a steal, and a walk because, of course, he dropped Oswaldo Cabrera for that guy and added Tyler McGill for Michael Grove for Monday. Believe it was all 10 this week, or was it 9? 9?
9, 2, I think.
9.
It was, in fact, 9.
Yeah.
Your MVP this week is Aaron Judge and fuck off Matt Chapman. Judge hit 500 with the 630, 7 runs, 5 doubles, 3 homers, 5 RBIs, 7 walks, and 6 strikeouts. A 630 on base percentage. He was on base 63% of the time. That's nuts.
Yeah.
He was due. He was due.
Okay, he was due. Jonah Heim is apparently now due, so I'll be imagining a huge week from him this week. 091 with a 200, a run, a homer, an RBI, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. As for your Cy Young this week, sir, it is going to be Eric Fetty, Spaghetti, Arrighetti, that guy. The pickup that got you 7 innings and shutout ball, 6 strikeouts on 043 against Washington. And the Cy Young is actually Zach Littell, who pitched well tonight, but didn't pitch well the day you picked him up. But I mean, you threw to a 2.63 ERA, so let's stop nitpicking here.
Yeah, right.
Jason, for you on your bench this week, sir, you went ahead and had a 2 for 7, which is a 286 batting average. 2 runs, a double, a steal, and 2 walks. None of that matters. Except for the steal. The steal would have been helpful.
Yeah. That was James Outman, and now he's a waste of anything. So just like whatever.
He's off to the minor leagues.
A waste of everything.
He's a waste of everything. Well, your moves this week, not as good as Mike's. You used all 10 here. Byron Buxton for Wensil Perez. Can somebody tell me what Wensil Perez is?
You know what? He's actually I'm happy for Jay that he has him now. I almost tried to bring him back and I couldn't do it. But he's batting third for the Tigers, and like he's gonna be a guy for the Tigers, I think.
Like Akil Baddoo was a guy for the Tigers, or like
I mean,
a real
I
guy
guess,
for the Tigers?
yeah, I guess it's possible, but like right now he's playing really well. Like Baddoo was like Shane Spencer to me. I think this guy is a little more real than Shane Spencer. Like
Okay.
he just seems he's got speed, he makes contact. Like I like what he brings. So I think he fits well on Jay's team.
Wensil Perez. Well, there was a time where I asked Frank outright what a Luis Arias was. So maybe I'm asking the same question. What is Wensil Perez right now?
There you go.
You added Ezekiel Duran 0 for 3 with a strikeout and dropped Jake McCarthy. Added Jake Bowers 0 for 3 with a walk, dropping Mark Canna, who also went 0 for 3 with a walk. You added Jacob Barnes, James Wood, and Luke Raley. Luke Raley 2 for 4 with an RBI, a steal, and a strikeout. James Wood to the NA. You're just hoping that kid's going to make the majors, huh?
Yeah, I'm sitting there on the train going to work, and I was like, I have an empty NA spot. Like, because Matt Manning had been sitting in there for a while. He finally got called up. And then I'm like, I have an empty NA spot. Like, I need to fill that. So I was talking with Mike, and we were like, James Wood. Yeah, James Wood. So
James Wood.
I mean, come on, Washington. What are you playing for? Give this guy a chance.
Yeah. Right? And it's not like Eddie Rosario is tearing the world apart playing left field. Like,
yeah, or Victor Robles. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yep. You added Jackson Churio on a waiver claim for Vidal Brujan. That guy might be filling that NA spot here in another couple of weeks if he doesn't turn it around.
So this was the fun conversation because, you know, drafting 16, I had the first waiver spot, and I've been holding on to it. Like, for me, it was like holding on to a gift card, and I'm not good at holding on to gift cards. Like, it burns a hole in my pocket. I need to use it, and so I'm sitting here going, I need to use this waiver claim, and I was really considering Zach Littell, and me and Mike were talking about it, and he like made the good point that my pitching has been my strength. My offense has been shitty. So I'm like, all right, let me get a bat. And then, so I'm looking at the who's on waivers, and it was Jackson Churio. There was Brenton Doyle, and I think David Schneider. They were all on waivers. And I'm like, and Brenton Doyle had been hitting he'd been playing really well. I'm like, but I can't spend a waiver claim on Brenton Doyle. Jackson Churio, I feel like at least has the pedigree and the potential to be useful. So I went ahead and burned my top waiver priority on him, and the Brewers are gotta keep playing him, right? So I hope.
I mean, they haven't been playing him as much lately, which was part of the reason that I got rid of him. They've been playing Blake Perkins and Sal Frelick in the outfield over him. So we'll see how much playing time he does get. I know he's been back in the lineup recently and had a homer recently, so more power to you for getting him.
Yeah.
I hope he sticks. I'm certainly not rooting against the kid, but I couldn't, in good conscience, continue to roster this kid as my third center fielder behind Newt Barr and Brandon Marsh.
Yeah, no, I get it. Look, center field has been a kind of a weird spot for me, losing Trout and having lost Buxton. He's back now, but center field had been kind of a black hole. So who knows?
Well, let's hope he picks it back up for you, because I ran out of patience with him.
Yeah.
You added Dakota Hudson for Andy Ibanez, Jordan Beck for James Outman. That's the other big news this week, is James Outman gets sent back to AAA and off of Jason Ashby's team.
He's out,
Jordan
man.
Beck 1 for 4 with a home run. He's out, man. 1 for 4 with a solo home run from Jordan Beck. You dropped Dakota Hudson for Tyler Freeman, 1 for 4 with a run. Your MVP this week, man. Does Salvador Perez age, or is there
Like a
just
fine
like?
wine?
I mean, I guess he is. He's just been absolutely insane. 400 with a 500 this week. 2 runs, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. I saw somewhere he was leading the league in hitting.
Yeah. He's what's he at? He's at 341.
Nice.
Good God. That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, and he plays like every day because they have him at first base most of the time now. So he plays every day. And yeah.
This guy's so hard to predict though. Like one year he'll like lead the league in home runs, and like one year he'll bat like 230, and one year he'll hit 340. Like I don't know.
Yeah, he is all over the board.
And he's how old now?
35?
Oh,
I
all right.
think.
That's actually not that old then.
Now he's younger than you would think he is.
Yeah.
It's just that he has catcher miles on his legs, not
Right.
Right.
It feels like he's been around forever, which I guess he kind of has,
Yes.
but like
Yes.
yeah.
I'm double checking that. He's 34. He's not even 35.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. He's just been around forever.
Yeah.
Jason, your least valuable hitter I have written here, everyone else other than Luke Raley. So it was a bit of a mess.
I mean, 187 with a 272 on base, 2 homers. Like, yeah, my offense just did not show up this week at all. No. Again, they saw Mike coming and went, oh no, we're in a hide underground, and that's what I get.
Yep, you get another week of the silly nannies. Well, let's hope that they come out to play this week. Otherwise,
so far,
we're gonna be let's hope, because another beating like this, and you're going to be in some serious trouble.
Oh yeah, I know.
The Cy Young this week is Christian Javier, 6 innings, a walk, 8 strikeouts, nothing earned in an 0.50. The Cy Yuck is Ed Luz Diaz, who lost us a couple of games, and I don't want to fucking talk about it because he annoys me.
Yeah. Both Diaz's shit to bed this week.
They did. They did.
Was that Ian Hamilton on COVID IL? Is COVID IL still a thing?
Yes, it's still a thing apparently. I haven't seen anybody put on a COVID IL in like 2 years, but here we are.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah.
I hope that the Yankees don't have an outbreak.
Yeah, I hope not too. I'm going to the game tomorrow.
Oh.
So I'd really like to see the actual team.
Who are they playing?
Mariners.
Mariners.
That'd be a good game.
Yeah, but they're probably gonna try to play to not get swept because they're losing tonight, and they lost yesterday in the 9th inning, up by 3 runs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that a shame?
It is. Yep.
Clay Holmes pooped the bed.
He did.
Finally.
Mike, how have you been enjoying the season, and how do you like your team so far?
I've been definitely enjoying the season. The challenge is real this year. It's awesome. The competition is so much fun. My team's been a little like up and down offensively. Pitching wise, I feel pretty solid at this point. I'm really happy with this bullpen that I've like sort of like bits and pieces just like molded slowly. But feel really good about. And I'll get hopefully Evaldi back next week, and then I got Jeffrey Springs waiting in the wings, and hopefully move forward with sort of like that top 5 of like Castillo, Cutter Crawford, Evaldi, Springs, and who else am I missing? I don't know, Littell or Tyler or McGill, whoever. Whoever wants to be better that week. But yeah, so I'm happy with the team. I'm feeling like the entire league is struggling with third base right now. There's maybe like, and stop me if you guys have already like talked about this in previous shows, but like I feel like there's maybe 3 or 4 reliable third basemen in the league, and everyone else is just floundering.
Yeah.
So it's just and you look over at the waiver wire and it's like it's a black hole over at third base.
It's empty.
So
Absolutely.
I don't know what happened to that position this year, but
Well, because again, we talked about it in the offseason, right? That like there's the top 6 or 7 that like you feel comfortable with. Well, Riley's been terrible and
Mhm.
is now hurt.
yeah.
Bregman has been ho hum.
He had a
Arenado
great
has
week
been
this past week, though. He's
yeah,
He
heating up,
did.
yeah,
Bregman has.
but like
He did.
but he's been up and down. Arenado has not done anything. Like so, like those a lot of those top
Machado's been shit.
Machado,
Yeah,
right?
Machado's been shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so those top guys that everybody that was a safety net. If they're not performing, who's left?
Yeah,
It's the
exactly.
Matt Chapmans of the world.
Yeah.
It's Ellie De La Cruz. It's Matt Chapman. It's
Jose
who's left?
Ramirez. Yeah.
Yeah. Jose Ramirez is about the safest option.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, so the offense makes me a little nervous at times, but I think that I've got the team to compete and hopefully make it into the playoffs this year.
I will say this much.
352 on base, sir. You're fine.
Yeah, you're doing just fine. And I will say this much. Ben and I have been talking off air quite a bit. We're pretty sure that you're in, Mike, but it's still
It's
way
so
too early
early.
to say that.
So
it's so early
early.
to say that. But we're going. That's a good team. That's a good team.
Just remember, who you beat to get into first place. Just remember that.
Mhm.
I'm so appreciative, Jason. Thank you.
It's another wonderful week to be Mike Haber. It's another wonderful week in the bigs. I thank you for being here, Mike. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Even though it was short tonight, this is like makes my week. So thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, man.
Glad I can come above water to talk baseball with you.
Absolutely. Anytime you're welcome to join us, my friend. Welcome to join us. Guys, we'll be
Thank you.
right back with the rest of the matchups. All right, so we're back, and we thank Mike Haber for being with us this evening on that one matchup. Jason, we're going to talk about some more matchups. Hopefully, they're a bit lighter, and you don't have to carry the weight of getting beat on as badly as you did here in this first one. We'll talk about Jimmy Dunlap versus Mike Sherman, this close 11-9 matchup that finishes up in Jimmy's favor. It was, in fact, 11-8 going in. It comes out 11-9. Doubles were tied, and Jimmy takes that category. Jimmy had a 4 strikeout advantage. He ends up striking out way too much, and Mike Sherman takes that category. Saves were tied, and Sherman takes that category as well, with the only one of the matchup on Sunday.
Wow.
Close categories: Jimmy wins by the 2 doubles, the walk by the pitcher, 4 ticks on the whip, and 2 relief appearances. Sherman wins by the triple, 2 strikeouts, 2 errors, a win, and a save, and they tied in home runs by a batter with only 2, and they were the only guys who had 2 home runs this week. So they finished at the bottom of the standings for that category and faced each other and got a tie. Oh, you also had 2 home runs?
I had 2. I had a whole 2 home runs. Yep. That felt good. Let me tell you.
Yeah, it's just been a bad like month and a half now for some teams, and some guys still haven't gotten out of the blocks yet.
Yep.
For Jimmy on his bench this week, he goes 3 for 11. That's a 273 with 3 runs, a homer, 2 RBIs, and 2 strikeouts. None of that plays. His moves are Chris Paddock. We had a bad start against the Yankees for Patrick Sandoval. Yeah, it's Brandon Lau, who's now off the IL, but also, I believe, off of his team.
And on mine.
Oh, okay. Awesome. He dropped Johnny DeLuca. He added Taylor Rogers for a bad relief appearance and dropped Colton Cowser. He added Adam Simber for a clean relief appearance and dropped Brandon Lau. He added Nick Gordon 0 for 2 and dropped Chris Paddock. He added Mark Canha 2 for 5 with 2 runs and a strikeout, dropped Nick Gordon. Added Taylor Scott for a clean relief appearance and dropped Cole Sands. And on Sunday, added Joe Adell 1 for 3 with a run, a walk, and a strikeout, dropping Jacob Young. Alec Burleson 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts for Mark Canha. And Jake Myers 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a double, dropping John Singleton.
It's funny. I feel like on Sunday he was searching for that home run, and he had it on the bench. in Rosario.
Ouch.
Eddie Rosario, I think, right?
Eddie Rosario.
Yeah. That would have been it. So
That would have been the guy.
yeah.
What a shame that you're searching for it and you're picking up all these random dudes, but nah, it's right there on your team already.
Yeah.
His most valuable player this week. Hello, is this Gleyber Torres?
Yeah.
This is really Gleyber Torres? That's amazing. 333 with a 360, 5 runs, 3 doubles, an RBI, a steal, a walk, and 8 strikeouts. Gleyber's been awful this year.
He has. He finally woke up this week, along with Aaron Judge.
Yeah, it's about damn time.
Yeah.
221, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Yeah, it's been a bad season so far for Gleyber. So it's good to see him get uncorked here. Jacob Young is, in fact, the least valuable hitter. I don't even know that he's on the team anymore. 188 with a 188, a run, a steal, and 3 strikeouts. Who was this kid? Where did he come from?
He's a Nationals prospect, and he's been playing pretty well, but he's been struggling lately, although he's picked it back up a little bit. But I still think he's better than Victor Robles, so he's going to play at least until Lane Thomas comes back.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. His Cy Young this week is going to be Chris Sale. As soon as I can find him. 7 innings, a win, 9 strikeouts, nothing earned, and an 0.29 whip. That was a really great start.
Yeah.
With a shout out to Carlos Rodon and his 12 innings.
Chris Sale has just been like vintage Chris Sale.
Mm-hmm.
He's got an 0.86 whip for the season, 70 strikeouts in 56 innings.
That's crazy good. That is crazy good. And where did he draft him? What round did he get Chris Sale in?
11th round.
That's amazing. That is amazing value out of Chris Sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Jimmy.
14 Chris Sale or whatever. This is like, this is White Sox Chris Sale. Yeah,
this is Cy Young Award nominee. Like this guy is dominating, and
this is the guy
Braves got him
that the Red Sox wanted.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And they had in their 2018 run.
Right.
But and they traded Vaughn Grissom for him. Vaughn Grissom's not hitting his weight right now. You think I'm kidding? I just dropped him. He's hitting 130 something.
Oh yeah, he's not hitting my weight.
He's terrible. He's been terrible. You know who else was terrible? Chris Paddock was terrible. 5 innings, a loss, a homer, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, a 9 and a 280. He was really good in his next start out, but oh well.
But I mean, Jimmy pitched pretty well, for the week. 348, not terrible. So
yeah, no, that's pretty good. Whenever you can get to a 3.5 or better, it's pretty damn good.
Yep.
Pretty
over
damn
67
good.
innings.
Yep. For Sherman this week on his bench, he goes 5 for 28. That's a 179 with a run, a triple, an RBI, a walk, and 9 strikeouts. The triple doesn't actually play because he got the only one already. So more power to him for getting 2 triples in the week and one of them in the lineup.
Yeah.
Only 3 moves this week. He added Keegan Aiken for a clean relief appearance. That is very difficult to say. He also added Matthew Liberatore, 3 1/3, a bomb, 2 walks, a strikeout, a 1080, and a 210 in LA against the Angels. That's disappointing.
Yeah.
And then he adds Will Benson 0 for 3, dropping Liberatore. His MVP this week is Ezekiel Tovar. Hey, Ben, remember that name? Yeah.
Right.
333 with a 333, 4 runs, 4 doubles, a homer, 4 RBIs, a steal, and 4 strikeouts. There were a lot of 4s there.
It's a lot of 4s. But now
it's a lot of 4s.
Yeah, he's been pretty good.
Yeah, he's been solid. And I think if Ben had hung on to him, it would have been even better. But 276, 5 homers, 19 RBIs, 4 steals, 20 runs scored. He's hitting at the top of this Rockies lineup, along with Charlie Blackmon. Would have been a really nice 1-2 punch for him.
Yeah.
But he gets CJ Abrams, who's even better. So there you go. His least valuable hitter, Sherman's, is Jake Berger, 111 with a 111, a double, an RBI, and 5 big strikeouts. His Cy Young this week is Logan Allen. Really, 6 innings, a win, a walk, 7 strikeouts, nothing earned, and a 1 whip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach Wheeler was just a little bit worse. You know, it was bad. It was Jose Leclerc. And this guy was supposed to close.
Yeah.
He's getting shown up by Kirby Yates this year.
I feel like Leclerc has never been able. He keeps been given opportunities, and he just can't run with it. He keeps getting either hurt or blown up, and now
Yeah.
he's a sixth inning guy.
Yeah, he is getting blown up. He has a 1.66 whip on the season. What a disgusting display.
6.75 ERA. Yeah,
That's terrible. And an 18 this week across 3 relief appearances. Not good. Not good. I remember when this guy was like, he was the cheat code. He was like, oh, let's go ahead and get this guy really late because he's on a really good team and he's gonna close. No.
Yeah.
No, he's just not good.
He did it like once, I think, right? I think maybe got like 25 saves one year or something, but
no, he's not the guy. Kirby Yates is apparently the guy in Texas this year. Go figure.
Yeah.
I bet you they trade for another closer again. David Bednar, watch out.
Yeah,
Jimmy is sitting pretty in the top end of the standings here. I think he's in 8th. As soon as my page loads here. Yeah, he's sitting 8th. 5 games over 500. Definitely within striking range. And for Sherman, it's getting late early, if you understand my statement.
Yeah.
It's getting late early for him.
And it's funny with both of these guys because Jimmy has Acuna and Sherman has Austin Riley. And both of these Braves have been not good so far. I mean, Riley's banged up. He's only got 3 home runs right now. And Acuna is sitting on what, like 3 also. So like, I mean, he at least has the 14 steals, but this is not what you paid for.
No, certainly not. Not in the first and second round where these guys had to be drafted.
Right. So, I mean, just hoping that, summer kicks him off.
Yeah, if Acuna can take off the way that we know he could still have a 30-30 season very easily.
Yeah. But like you said, it's starting to get late early, and we'll see.
If you're sitting at 13 under 500 like Mike Sherman is, you want to try to get back as soon as you can to 500. That's the best. That's the biggest thing is forget where you are in the standings. Forget how many games behind you are. Get to 500 first.
Yeah.
Once you're at 500, then you can start playing I'm this many games behind so-and-so. Get to 500 first. Then we'll worry about everything else.
Control your own destiny first.
Exactly. This word of advice goes also to the next matchup we are going to see, which is between Bryan Lebo and Frank Bucco. Bryan taking down a nice 14-6 beating on Frank this week.
Yeah.
And some of it wasn't even close. The pitching side was pretty one-sided here as we see Lebo taking all of the pitching categories. It was 14-6. It was 14-5 going in. And on Sunday, errors were tied, and Frank took one of those. And Bryan had a 1-run advantage, and Frank took that. So it finishes 14-6 here. Close categories. Frank wins by a run and a walk. Lebo wins by an error, a win, and 2 home runs by a pitcher. And they tied in triples.
Yeah.
For Lebo on his... Oh, what you got?
Well, you're about to mention it because the triples were tied. And we'll get to it, but Frank left a pinch hit triple on the bench on Sunday, which
go figure.
Yeah.
Vinny Pasquantino bases loaded pinch hit triple.
Yeah.
That scores 3 runs. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Was he really going to play? Was he really going to play Vinny P on the bench?
In hopes of a 9th inning pinch hit triple?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Come on now. That's just not even fair. That's rubbing salt in the wound there, Vinny P.
Exactly.
That wasn't very nice. For Lebo on his bench this week, he goes 13 for 41. That is a .317 batting average with 6 runs that would have played, 3 doubles, a triple, 4 RBIs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. He left a triple on the bench as well from Leody Taveras.
Yeah, it was no longer on the team, but we'll get to that.
Yep. We'll get to it right now. Tim Meza getting picked up for Alejandro Kirk. He adds Brendan Rodgers, who goes 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts for Whit Merrifield. Adds Justin Martinez for Garrett Clevenger. Michael Kelly for a clean relief appearance, dropping Jesse Chavez. Adds Brett Beatty 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI, dropping Rodgers. Added Nick Gonzalez 2 for 4 with a run, a double, and 2 RBIs, dropping Beatty. Added Davis Schneider 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer, dropping Cal Quantrill. He adds Jose Urania, 6 innings, a bomb, a 150, and an 083 against the Angels with 3 strikeouts, dropping Davis Schneider. He adds Corey Lee for Jose Urania, 1 for 3, and drops Dylan Lee adds Dylan Lee for a clean relief appearance, dropping Justin Martinez. This felt like 10. This was 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
His
10. MVP is Tommy Pham. What?
Yeah, I guess.
417 with a 462 on base, 2 runs, 2 doubles, 2 steals, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Yeah, that was pretty damn good.
Right.
That was pretty damn good. The least valuable hitter is Leody Taveras off the team, 111 with a 200, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. The triple that he would have had on the bench would have made it much nicer, but you can't get everybody in all of the time.
Yeah.
His Cy Young is Andres Munoz, 4 innings, 3 saves, 3 relief appearances, 8 strikeouts, a 2.25 and an 0.50. Very nice. Very nice.
I love this kid, and you know, I picked Ed Luz Diaz over him essentially, and I regret that.
Mm-hmm. Lance Lynn is not great. He has been very bad all year and is the Cy Young this week. 5 innings, a loss, a homer, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, a 7.20 and a 2. The man currently sits with a 4.17 ERA and a 1.48 WHIP across 45 innings. Only 1 win on the season. I was so wrong about the Cardinals. I was so wrong about the Cardinals again this year.
And his 1 win came against Oakland, so that's that doesn't even count.
That doesn't even really count. It doesn't even really count because they're not really a team. Man. Yeah. For Frank this week on his bench, he goes 4 for 14. That is a 286 batting average, 3 runs, 2 doubles, a triple, 4 RBIs, a steal, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Only the triple plays, and Walker Buehler's benched win plays.
Yeah, he benched him on Saturday, and he had a nice start against the Reds. I get it; he'd been struggling in his first couple starts off the IL, but that hurt.
Yeah, it does. It does, especially when you traded for the guy that is going to quote unquote anchor the staff, and then you bench him against the Reds. Not great, but here we are. He started off the week with the trade. Vinny P, Michael Harris, and AJ Minter he receives for Ellie De La Cruz, Tyler O'Neill, and Yainer Diaz. Minter got him a save the day he got him, so that's a plus.
Yeah, it makes us look kind of foolish for questioning it, but I think in the long run, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. I don't think Iglesias is coming out of that closer's job anytime soon.
No.
And if Minter gets 4 saves on the season, then he just got you 1 right there. And you still lost the category 4-1. So it is what it is. He added Pierce Johnson on the IL for Sam Henches. Added Steven Wilson for a clean relief appearance. Added Hunter Strickland for a not clean relief appearance. Dropped Brenton Doyle. He added Colton Cowser 1 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout for Hunter Strickland, and Kevin Newman 0 for 3 for Jared Kalenic. Dropped Kevin Newman, and that was it for the week. He used 5. His MVP, of course, is Shohei motherfucking Ohtani. 357 with a 419, 3 runs, a double, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 2 steals, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. The least valuable hitter is that aforementioned Vincent Pasquantino. 067 with a 125, a run, and 7 strikeouts with the bench pinch hit triple. The Cy Young is, in fact, Jesus Luzardo, 6 clean innings, a win, 7 strikeouts, and 083 whip. And the Cy Young goes to Yenier Cano, 2025 and a 375 across 3 relief appearances and a loss. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And he's like, okay, you got Minter, you have Jimenez, but you're relying on Cano to get you those saves now with Kimbrel kind of not existing, and instead he gets a loss. So
yeah. And if Cano doesn't get you the saves, then you're losing that category anyway. Yeah. We only used five moves this week, lost relief appearances by 3. Might be time to shake a little bit up in that bullpen.
Yeah.
Maybe move some things around a bit more. Only 13 relief appearances over a 7-day week. That's less than 2 a day.
Yeah. That's, against Ari that might work, but against most
Yeah,
teams,
exactly. Ari had 10 this week. Ari finished dead last in the category, but had 10 this week. So
there you go.
Both these guys have to get back to 500. They got to start grinding here. They're a bit 21 and 23 games under 500, 24 games under 500. So they've got some work to do here in the second act, the second third of this season, as Ben called it yesterday.
Yeah. And, Lebo got me this week, and, I'm watching my offense is maybe starting to come out of the slumber because they're not facing you or Mike. So, we'll see what happens, but it's nice. I'm glad that Bryan, finally got the win.
Yes, I'm very glad that he got off the schneid and got himself a win. Definitely want to give my tip of the cap to him because he's been grinding so hard this year, and it's just been a really, really tough season for him yet again. So tip of the cap to get your first win, and hope to many, many more coming, my friend.
Absolutely.
Let us jump to the final matchup of the week, Jason. It's going to be Josh Haber and Henry Collins. Josh Haber taking down a 14-6 win over Henry this week. And it was, in fact, 15-6 going in, but we had a whole mess of stuff happen on Sunday. Josh led by 2 runs. Henry took that. Josh led by a strikeout, and they tied. Henry led by 2 walks by a pitcher and gave up too many to give it to Josh. And Henry led by 3 relief appearances, and Josh ran that down and took it by 2. So it finishes 14-6. Final close categories. Josh wins by a triple, an RBI, 2 wins, a loss, 2 homers, 3 walks, and 2 relief appearances. That's 7 close categories, by the way. Henry wins by a run, a steal, 3 errors, and a save. That's 4 more. So that's 11 of our 21 categories were within 3 of each other.
And they tied in 1 also.
And they tied in strikeouts by a batter. Go figure. Yeah. That's 12. Good job, guys. This was an amazing matchup, even if it is 14-6.
Right.
The fact that so many of these coin flips are that close.
It's 14-6 on paper, but this could easily have been 10-9 or something.
Yeah. Very easily. For Josh on his bench this week, he goes 5 for 22. That's 227. 4 runs that would have played, a double, 2 triples, 5 RBIs, 5 walks, and 8 strikeouts. 2 triples, yet he still won that category. 4 runs, and he lost that category. It's rough.
Baseball.
Yep, that's baseball, Susan. 9 used ads this week. He added Michael Wacha, 6 innings, 150 and an 083 against Seattle for Zach Littell. He added Tyler Soderstrom for a waste, and then added Travis d'Arnaud for that guy. So 1 for 3 with a double and a walk and a strikeout. He used all 10, but 9 guys got added to the roster. Michael Lorenzen gets added for Travis d'Arnaud, and Michael Wacha gets dropped. He adds Ben Brown for Ryan O'Hearn. Max Scherzer is on the IL. Will Smith, the reliever, for a clean relief appearance. John Birdie, a two for 3 day with a 3-run homer. Go figure.
Yeah. He said he picked up Birdie for the steal, and said he get him a 3-run home run. I'm like, this guy will never hit a 3-run home run again in his life.
Right. He's been a light hitting, speedy, bottom of the order dude, and he's gonna crank you a 3-run bomb. Good job, Josh. Way to go. Oh, and he also added Ben Lively. He dropped Casey Mize, Michael Lorenzen, and Bryce Elder. That was all on Sunday. Those 4 moves for those 3 guys. His MVP this week is Jarren Duran. As soon as I find out where he is. There he is. 333 with a 419, 4 runs, 4 doubles, a triple, a homer, 3 RBIs, a steal, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. I do believe the breakout is upon us with this kid.
Yeah. Josh has coined him the triple machine because I think he's got 6 or 7 triples already this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just slams it out into the triangle and just runs forever.
Yeah,
He's got 10 steals. He's got 28 runs scored. He's hitting 270. Yeah, he's having a breakout year.
for sure.
His least valuable hitter is Mitch Garver, 077 with an 077, an RBI, and 7 strikeouts. The Cy Young, yeah, a lot of sevens. The Cy Young is Michael Wacha, who is no longer on the team, but still gave us that 6-inning, really nice performance against Seattle. The Cy Young is Yohan Duran. An inning and 2/3, 2 losses, 2 bombs, 2 walks, a strikeout, a 21-60 and a 3 over 2 relief appearances. Not great from the
So
closer that he's waited for.
Yeah, and so just in this half of the week 7 review, we've seen Duran, both Diaz's and Yennier Cano. So we've seen 4 closers essentially be Cy Youngs. That's interesting.
Yeah, no, that's a bad week for closers. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
For Henry on his bench this week, he goes a very nice 7 for 23. That's a 304 average. 3 runs, a double, 4 homers, a steal, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. The 4 RBIs definitely would have played here as he lost that category by 1. But they were all on different days, weren't they? Oh no, there was a 2 RBI performance on Tuesday, looks like.
Yeah, and then there was one on Friday and one on Sunday. So it was a little bit scattered.
Yeah, they were a little bit scattered. For his moves this week, he starts with 2 trades, Clayton Kershaw and Michael Kopech for Nathaniel Lowe and Randy Arozarena, and then Clayton Kershaw and John Schreiber for Max Kepler and Jason Dominguez. He then drops Andrew Chafin for Chris Flexen, who was bad. He adds Jose Trevino, 1 for 4 for IKF. Drops Anthony Maldonado for Tyler Kinley. Chris Flexen for Buck Farmer. Drops Matt Vierling for Edmundo Sosa, 1 for 3 with a run and a strikeout. He drops Jose Trevino for Gary Sanchez, over 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Brings back Jose Trevino, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a strikeout for Gary Sanchez. Added Aaron Savale for a bad start against Toronto, and added Tyson Miller for Bowden Francis. This feels like 10. It was 9.
Yeah. 9, something like that.
It was 9 plus 2 trades.
Yeah. But both of these guys, both Josh and Henry, were playing this catcher roulette because Elias Diaz for Henry was hurt and Mitch Garver for Josh was shit in the bed. So neither one of these guys could find a catcher that worked.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's really sad because Elias Diaz was really tearing the cover off the ball too. He was hitting really well this first bit here.
Yeah, he's hitting 300.
Yeah. For Henry's key players, his MVP this week is Andres Jimenez, who I can't really find at the moment, and I don't know why.
On the bench.
On the bench? There he is. 500 with a 545, 5 runs, a double, a homer, 5 RBIs, a steal, and 2 walks with no strikeouts. Is he good? Or is he just like, okay?
I don't think he's 2022, but I don't think he's 2023. Like probably somewhere in the middle, and I think that's he's serviceable.
Yeah, I mean he's certainly put up a good week this week.
I heard yesterday on the Mets game, Gary Cohen compared him to like Edgardo Alfonso.
Okay.
So
right. I mean that's good. That's good.
Like all-star level, not a superstar, but like a good probably better for baseball than for fantasy baseball, but still good enough.
Okay. His least valuable hitter this week is Max Kepler, 182 with a 182, 2 doubles and 2 strikeouts. The Cy Young is Clark Schmidt, yet again, 8 innings, a win, 8 strikeouts, and an 0.38 whip. What an incredible season this guy is putting together.
Yeah, and this was an 18th round pick.
Yeah, they got traded for Ryan Presley.
Yeah, right. That's from Jay.
Yeah. The Cy Young for Henry this week, Justin Verlander, unfortunately. 4 2/3, a loss, a bomb, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 7.71 and a 1.29. Verlander has had himself a good year so far? Question mark?
I think it's kind of what you would expect though from a 41-year-old. Like, even if it's just
on the side 2 years ago.
Yeah, but that was 2 years ago. He then got hurt.
Okay, so 41 to 39 is that big a difference?
Yeah, because he had an injury and a Met stint in between.
Touche. Oh man. All right. So these guys are definitely in the hunt as well, as Henry sits 2 over 500 and Josh in second place. Looks like 24 over 500. Real well done for the first act here from
Yeah,
Josh.
we got another Haber 1-2 punch.
We do.
Yeah.
Let's get to your managers of the week, Jason, because I already did mine with Ben the other day. So who's your number 3?
Yeah, this is tough because there was a lot of good candidates this week. I'm gonna give number 3 to. I'm gonna give it to Mike because he kicked the shit out of me. My offense didn't show up, but I can't overlook an 18-2 pounding, even if it hurt like hell. So hats off to you, Mike.
Number 3 is Mike Haber. Very well done, sir. We appreciate you being on the show. Who's number 2 for you, Jason?
Again, tough because there's some. I gotta give it to Bryan Lebo for getting off the schneid. I want to give him number 1, but it didn't seem like Frank really put up much of a fight. With only 5 ads and didn't really chase those relief appearances. So, but congrats to Lebo for getting off that schneid and getting that first win. So he's my number 2.
All right, and who is number 1 for you, my friend?
First of all, my honorable mention is definitely Cody. Taking down a manager like Jay, I wish I could get him in this top 3, but it was a great week from Cody, and he sits in 4th place, rookie of this league, and he is right in the thick of it. So proud to see that. But it's Bobby Russo. When you take down Ben the way he did, it's Bobby Russo.
Dismantled him this week. Absolutely just picked that team apart and won. Going away was Bobby Russo. He was also my number 1. I believe he was Ben's number 1 as well. So that's going to be a clean sweep for Bobby Russo this week. So don't ever say we didn't do anything. Nice for you, Bob. You did amazing this week. Great job.
Yeah.
Jason, thank you for being here. You did a great job as well.
Absolutely. I'm happy to do it. And, hopefully next week will be a much happier review for me.
Let's hope so, man. Mine as well, although I've got Mike Haber, so
Good luck
we'll
to you.
see. Yeah, we'll see. Guys, thank you all so much for being here as well. We would have nothing if not for you guys in this league. So until next time, guys, it's been real. It's been fun, and it is always real fun in the bigs. We'll see you next time.